Hi, and welcome to How the Water Cycle Affects Landforms. All right, anybody know what a landform is?
No.
All right, well, let's find out. So, a landform is a recognizable, naturally formed feature, not man-made lakes, just a naturally formed feature in the Earth's surface. Landforms have characteristic shapes that include such large features such as plains, plateaus, mountains, and valleys, as well as smaller features such as hills and canyons. You can see from the first picture, this is high desert, and it used to be an ocean at one time, and you can see how the water formed a hole in this rock naturally. And here next to it is a picture of the land and water features. You can see what lakes are, the peninsula, the delta, the river, the desert, canyons, plateaus, and so forth. So first we have to have an understanding of the water cycle. Does anyone here have an understanding of the water cycle and how it works?
No.
Just that it rains.
All right, a little bit?
No.
All right, as you can see here, it shows pictures of how the water cycle works. Let's break it down one by one. Evaporation, that's when the sun makes the heat turn into energy. The energy warms the ocean surface, making the water evaporate while pushing it up into the atmosphere. It's called rising vapor water. Say that with me.
Rising vapor water.
All right, quickly. You've been in the ocean, right? Raise your hand. All right, one of you. Good. So you're bobbing in the water, and your feet are freezing, but your arms are kind of warm and they're at the surface. You feel that it's colder down below, warmer up above. That's because the ocean surface is warmer from the sun's energy. All right, and then the rising water vapor goes up. All right, condensation. Once the warm gas hits the cooler air, it changes back into a liquid and forms a cloud. So it's coming out from the ocean as a vapor, and it goes up and it hits the cooler air and it makes actual liquid and forms a cloud. So molecules of the water vapor become liquid water. Kind of cool?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So now we have precipitation. Anybody know what that is?
Rain.
Yeah.
Rain?
It's just when stuff falls from the sky.
All right. It's when the moisture comes down from the atmosphere. It can be in a different form, such as snow, freezing rain, hail, good, and rain. All right. So anybody know what happens to the precipitation when it comes down?
Goes into the ground.
Okay.
It runs off mountains.
It runs off mountains and it collects in streams, lakes, oceans, ponds, rivers.
In giant holes.
In giant holes, that's right. Could be puddles too, correct? So that's what collection is. You ready to learn about runoff?
Yeah.
All right, how are you doing? Going too fast?
No.
Okay.
This is fun.
So runoff is when the rain comes down, like you said, hits the mountains. Good job, by the way. Runs down the mountains, heading towards the streamer's lake, we hope. And it flows to the ocean and shapes the appearance of the land as it comes down. Can you see the picture of the runoff coming from this field?
Mm-hmm.
And how it's already started to crack and form the land? Now, can you see what water has done in making the deep crevices on these mountain ranges right here? That's what runoff does. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Now when you're driving and you're going up to the mountains and you see some cracks and crevices or you see formations of land, you can say, must be
water.
Good.
The dirt goes with it.
That's right. What does it make? Erosion. In the action of surface process such as water flow in that remove soil or rock or dissolved material from one location on the Earth's crust, then it transports it to another. All right? So as you can see here, see the guy looking down in this big crack that's been eroded through time with water? It's just peeling off parts of
that like the Grand Canyon?
That's like the Grand Canyon. Great job. And here you can see how it causes the rocks to break down. All right, let's move on. So guess what time it is?
Experiment time.
That's right. So I want you to get your tubs. You have your tub in your hand. All right, and on one side I want you to pour your sand and put your sand on the bottom on one side, and then I want you to put your tiny rocks and then put your water on the other side. Good. Everybody's ready?
Yes.
All right. So what's happening to the water?
It's going between the rocks.
Some of it on mine, some of it's just staying inside of its one corner.
Okay.
The rocks are so jammed.
So I want you to pick it up and gently rock it back and forth. What happens to your rock?
Sand?
The sand.
It's going with the rocks. going down under the rocks.
It's going under the rocks. Oh, I see. It's coming out
Yes.
through by the water. All right. So what have you learned about the water cycle and the effects of erosion?
I've learned that it can change mountains.
Okay.
Change the landscape.
Perfect. All right. And if you have time, you can do the word search. And thank you so much for joining our class today.
Thank you, Mrs. Freitas.
Thank you, Mr. Freitas.